Many students ask me, why do I need to speak in English every day? They say, I read books, I watch videos, I learn grammar. Isn't that enough? But the truth is, it is not enough. Please subscribe to our new channel, Bookish English, link in the description. We're moving there because of a problem with our main channel. If you really want to speak English well, you must speak. Speaking is the most important step. You don't need to speak for hours. Just a little every day is enough. When you speak, your brain becomes active. You remember words more easily. You stop translating. You feel more confident. You use the language in a real way. Reading and listening help you learn, but speaking helps you grow. Speaking is action. It is real. It is powerful. When you speak, you change. You are not only learning English, you are living it. That is why I wrote this story. It has 7 short chapters. Every chapter will show you why speaking is so important. I will tell you true things in easy English. Short words, simple ideas. You can understand everything. Are you ready to begin? Let's start with Chapter 1. Chapter 1. Speaking is the first step. When I was a child, I wanted to learn English. I watched cartoons. I listened to songs. I read small books. I learned many words. I knew the grammar rules. But when I tried to speak, I could not say anything. My mouth stayed closed. My brain forgot everything. I felt afraid. I thought, maybe I am not good at English. But that was not true. I only had one problem. I never spoke. I only learned with my eyes and ears. I didn't use my mouth. And that was my mistake. You see, English is like swimming. You can watch a video about swimming. You can read a book about swimming. But if you don't jump into the water, you will never swim. You must move your arms. You must feel the water. Speaking English is the same. You must open your mouth. You must use the words. That is the first step. Many people say, but I am not ready. I need more time. But the truth is, you will never feel ready. The best time to start is now. You don't need perfect grammar. You don't need many words. You can speak with just a few. Say simple things. Say what you see. Say how you feel. Say what you like. It's okay if it's not perfect. It's okay if it's slow. The most important thing is to try. When you try, your brain learns. When you speak, your English becomes alive. This is how children learn. They speak every day. They make mistakes. They laugh. They try again. And slowly, they grow. You can do the same. You can speak like a child, with joy, with courage, with no fear. I remember one student. Her name was Amina. She was very quiet. She always got high marks in reading and writing, but she never spoke in class. One day I asked her, "Why don't you speak?" She said, "I am scared. Maybe I will say something wrong." I told her, "It's okay to be wrong. That is how we learn." So I gave her a small job. I said, "Every day say one sentence in English, just one." The first day she said, "I like tea." The next day she said, "I have a cat." After 1 month, she was speaking with her friends. After 2 months, she gave a talk in front of the class. All because of one small step. Just one sentence a day. You don't need a teacher to speak. You don't need a classroom. You can speak to yourself. You can talk in the mirror. You can talk to your pet. You can record your voice. You can say what you see around you. You can say what you did today. This is not silly. This is smart. This is how you grow fast. If you do this every day, your brain will change. Your fear will go away. Your words will come faster. And you will smile and say, I can speak English. So remember this. Speaking is the first step. Don't wait. Don't hide. Don't be quiet. Just open your mouth and begin. Today. Now say one sentence, and tomorrow say two, and soon you will speak without fear. Chapter 2. Speaking makes you remember faster. When we read or listen, we understand many words, but later we forget them. We read a story, we understand it. But the next day, the words are gone. They do not stay in the mind. Why? Because we only used our eyes and ears. We didn't use our mouth. When we speak, we remember. When we say the words out loud, they become stronger in the brain. Speaking helps the brain hold the words. Speaking is not just practice, it is memory. Every time you speak, your brain says, this word is important. Then the brain keeps it. It saves the word for later. And next time, it comes faster. You do not have to search. You do not have to think. The word just comes. That is the power of speaking. I once had a student named Omar. He was very good at writing. He read every day. He had a big vocabulary. But in class, he was slow to speak. He stopped many times. He said, I know the word, but I can't say it. I asked him, do you say the word out loud when you learn it? He said no. He only wrote it in his notebook. So I gave him a tip. I said, when you learn a new word, say it 10 times. Say it every day. Use it in a sentence. Speak it out loud. Omar started doing this. After 1 month, he changed. He spoke more. He spoke faster. He remembered words easily. Speaking helped him remember. Not once, not twice, every time. When we speak, we don't just say the words. We hear them too. We feel them in the mouth. We move our face, our tongue, our lips. The body helps the brain. This is something many students forget. Learning is not only in the head, it is also in the body. When you say apple, your mouth moves. Your ears listen. Your brain remembers the sound. Next time, you do not forget, because your body helped you learn. You made the word real. Speaking also helps you remember grammar. You can read grammar books for hours, but when you try to write or speak, you forget the rules. Why? Because grammar is not just something to know, it is something to feel. When you speak again and again, the grammar becomes natural. You don't think, is this past or present? You just know. Because you have said it before. You have heard yourself say it. You remember how it feels. This is why speaking is better than only reading grammar rules. Speaking gives you real memory. Speaking makes grammar easy. Some students think, if I say the word wrong, it's bad. But no, even saying it wrong helps you remember. Your brain learns from mistakes. If you say a word the wrong way and someone corrects you, you will remember it better next time. The mistake helps you grow. So don't be afraid to get it wrong. Be afraid to say nothing. If you say nothing, you learn nothing. But if you speak, you grow fast. So if you want to remember more words, speak them. If you want to use better grammar, speak it. If you want to become faster, speak every day. Speaking is not only practice. Speaking is the best way to make English stay in your brain. That is the secret. Chapter 3. Speaking builds your confidence. When you speak English, something special happens. You begin to feel strong. You begin to feel brave. Maybe at first you feel shy. Maybe your heart beats fast. Maybe your hands shake a little. But when you speak, even just one sentence, you feel better. You feel proud. You feel alive. This is called confidence. And the more you speak, the more confidence you get. Confidence does not come from grammar books. It does not come from perfect test scores. It comes from action. It comes from trying, from speaking, from doing it again and again. Confidence is not something you wait for. It is something you build, one word at a time. I remember a student named Layla. On her first day, she sat in the back. She did not speak. She smiled, but she said nothing. When I asked her a question, she looked down. She was afraid, not because she didn't know English, but because she didn't trust herself. So I gave her a small task. Every class, she had to say one thing, just one. It could be, I'm fine, or it's hot today, or I like pizza. At first, her voice was quiet, but slowly she smiled more. Her voice became louder. She started asking questions. And then, one day, she stood in front of the class and gave a short talk about her favorite movie. Everyone clapped. She was so happy. She told me, I never thought I could do that. But she did. Because she spoke a little every day. Her confidence grew with her voice. When you speak, you learn more than just words. You learn to trust yourself. You learn that it's okay to make mistakes. You learn that people listen to you. You learn that you can do hard things. Many people wait to feel ready before they speak. But the truth is, you never feel ready at the start. You must speak first, and the feeling will come. That is the secret. First action, then confidence. First speaking, then power. Some students say, I'm too shy to speak. I understand. I was shy too. But I learned one thing. Being shy is okay, but silence does not help. You don't need to speak a lot. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin. Say one word. Say one sentence. Speak to yourself. Speak in the mirror. Speak to your pet. It does not matter who hears you. What matters is that you speak. Every time you speak, your fear becomes smaller. Your courage becomes bigger. And soon you are not afraid. Confidence also helps you in real life. When you speak English, you can ask for help. You can make friends. You can travel. You can work. You can study. You can open new doors. English is a key, and confidence is your hand. Together, they unlock your future. You can do things you never thought possible, but it all begins with one small word. Hello. One small step. One small try. So if you feel afraid, that's okay. But don't let fear stop you. Speak anyway. Speak now. Speak a little every day. Because every time you speak, you grow stronger. And one day, you will look back and say, wow, I can do this. And that will be your real victory. Chapter 4. Speaking helps you think in English. Many students try to speak English, but they first think in their own language. Then they try to change it into English. This takes time. This makes speaking slow, and sometimes the sentence becomes wrong. Why? Because English and your language are different. The words are different. The order is different. The way of thinking is different. So if you think in your language and then speak English, it feels hard. But if you think in English first, speaking becomes easy. Your words come faster. Your brain works better. You don't need to change anything. You just speak. This is called thinking in English. But how can you do this? How can you think in English? The answer is simple. You must speak. Speaking trains your brain. When you speak a little every day, your brain learns the patterns. It remembers the small phrases. It knows what to say. For example, you stop thinking, I hungry is, and start saying, I am hungry. Not because you remember the rule, but because you have said it many times before. You heard it. You said it. Your brain knows it. That is how you begin to think in English. I had a student named Bilal. He always translated in his head. I asked him a question in English, and he stayed quiet. I could see his lips move. He was thinking in his language, then trying to change it. Sometimes it worked. Sometimes it didn't. I told him, try this. Speak one small sentence many times. Say it every day. Use your mouth, not just your head. So he started. He said, I wake up at 7. I wake up at 7. Every day. Then he added more. I wake up at 7 and drink tea. His brain started to learn. After 1 month, he didn't translate anymore. He just said it. He was thinking in English. He smiled and said, now I feel free. You can do the same. Start with small things. When you walk, look around and say what you see in English. That is a tree. The car is red. It is raining. Say it with your mouth. Don't worry if it's simple. That is the goal. Simple is powerful. Simple is the way to learn. Say your plans in English. Say what you are doing. Say what you like. This small practice changes everything. Thinking in English also helps you listen better. You understand faster. Your brain is ready. You do not need to stop and translate. You just hear and know. This is great for travel, for work, for school, and for daily life. People will talk, and you will answer. You will not panic. You will feel calm. You will feel ready. This is the power of thinking in English. But you cannot think in English if you only read or listen. You must speak. Speaking is the tool. Speaking is the practice. Speaking is the bridge from learning to living, so speak every day. Speak small things. Speak simple things. Speak out loud, because when you speak more, you think less. And that is good. That means your brain is learning the language. That means you are growing. So speak a little today. Speak again tomorrow. And soon you will think in English without trying. That is how you become fast. That is how you become free. That is how you become a real English speaker. Chapter 5. Speaking helps you learn from mistakes. Many students are afraid to speak because they think they will make mistakes. They think, what if I say the wrong word? Or, what if someone laughs at me? So they stay quiet. They wait until they feel perfect. But perfect never comes. And while they wait, they miss their chance to grow. But here is the truth. Mistakes are not bad. Mistakes are good. Mistakes help you learn. When you speak and make a mistake, you remember it better next time. Your brain learns fast when it feels a mistake. So speaking, even with mistakes, is one of the best ways to learn English. I had a student named Hassan. He was always quiet. He wanted every sentence to be correct. He checked his grammar many times before speaking. But when he finally spoke, it was too late. The moment was gone. His sentence was perfect, but the conversation had moved on. I told him, it's better to speak now and be wrong than speak later and miss the chance. So he started speaking more, even when he wasn't sure. And something amazing happened. He got better. He made mistakes, yes. But he also remembered them. His friends helped him. I helped him. He started to laugh at his small errors, and slowly he learned from them. He became a better speaker, not because he avoided mistakes, but because he used them. When you write, you can check your grammar, you can take your time, but when you speak, you must be quick. That's why mistakes happen, and that's okay. Speaking is fast. Life is fast. You don't need perfect English. You need real English. You need to understand and be understood. If you say, I go to the market, people will understand you. Later, someone may say, it's went, not goed. Then you will learn. You will remember. Because the mistake touched your memory. Also, when you speak, other people can help you. They can say, that word is not right, or try this sentence instead. If you don't speak, no one can help. Your mistakes stay hidden. But when you speak, your mistakes come out. And that is good. Now you can see them. Now you can fix them. Now you can grow. Many great learners make mistakes every day. Children make mistakes all the time. They say things wrong, but they don't stop speaking. They don't feel bad. They keep going. That is why they learn so fast. Adults can do this too. You can do this. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be brave. So the next time you feel afraid to speak, remember this. Your mistakes are your teachers. Every wrong word is a lesson. Every small error is a step forward. Speak with courage. Speak with heart. Don't worry if you make a mistake. Worry only if you stay silent. Speak today. Make mistakes today, and tomorrow you will be better. Chapter 6. Speak a little every day. Your secret to success. Some students speak a lot in one day and then stop for a week. Others wait for class to speak. They say, "I will speak when I have time." But time does not wait, and English does not grow in silence. If you want to speak better, you must speak a little every day. Just a few minutes, just a few words. But you must do it every day. This is the secret to success. Not big practice, not long lessons, just small steps, again and again. That is how real progress happens. I remember one student named Zara. She was very busy. She had work, she had family, she had no time for long study. But she did one smart thing. Every day she spoke English for 5 minutes. In the kitchen, she said what she was doing. "I am cutting vegetables. I am making tea." When walking, she talked about the weather. "It is sunny today. The sky is blue." At night, she looked in the mirror and spoke about her day. "I went to the store. I met my friend." That was all, just 5 minutes a day. But after 2 months, she spoke faster. After 3 months, she stopped translating. After 4 months, she started thinking in English. Her big success came from small steps. Speaking every day trains your brain. Your brain becomes strong. It learns to find words fast. It learns to build sentences quickly. Speaking becomes easy. You do not need to try hard. It becomes natural, like walking, like breathing. But this only happens if you do it every day. Not just once a week, not just in class. Every day, even if you are alone, even if you only say a few sentences. You do not need a partner. You can talk to yourself. You can describe what you see. You can talk about your plans. You can repeat what you hear in videos. You can ask and answer your own questions. This is not silly. This is smart. It is real practice, the best kind, and it works. When you speak every day, you also feel better. You feel proud. You feel strong. You see your progress. You know you are growing. Even if it's slow, you feel it. And that feeling keeps you going. You do not give up. You keep speaking. You keep learning. And soon, people will ask you, "How did you learn to speak so well?" And you will smile and say, "I just spoke a little every day." So do not wait for the perfect moment. Do not wait for a perfect sentence. Just speak. Speak while walking. Speak while cleaning. Speak before sleep. Your day is full of small moments. Use them. Say one sentence now. Say 2 sentences later. Make this your habit, your daily gift to yourself. This is the way to real English. Speak today, speak tomorrow, speak the next day, and soon you will not be learning English. You will be living it. Chapter 7. Speaking changes your life. When you speak English, something big happens. Not only in your brain, not only in your mouth, but in your whole life. You change. Your world becomes bigger. You can meet more people. You can make new friends. You can travel. You can study. You can work in new places. You can learn new ideas. All this becomes possible because you speak. Speaking opens the door. It turns your dream into something real. I had a student named Imran. He worked in a shop. He wanted a better job. He said, "If I speak English, I can work in a hotel. I can help tourists. I can earn more." So he started small. He spoke every day. He made mistakes, but he didn't stop. After 6 months, he went to a hotel and asked for a job. They gave him a test. He spoke with the manager. And guess what? He got the job. He was so happy. He said, "English changed my life." And it did. Not because of grammar, not because of long study, but because he spoke. Speaking makes you brave. You stand taller. You walk stronger. You feel free. When you speak English, you don't feel small anymore. You feel part of the world. You can join the conversation. You can share your story. You can listen and you can answer. You are not outside anymore. You are inside. That feeling is powerful. That feeling can change everything. Many students think English is just a subject, like math, like science. But English is more than a school subject. It is a bridge, a tool, a key. It connects you to people, to places, to knowledge, to dreams. And speaking is the way you use that key. You open the door and you step in. You don't need perfect words. You don't need a big vocabulary. You just need to speak. Even a little. Even slowly. Even with mistakes. Every word you speak is one step forward. So now, it is your turn. You have read 7 chapters. You understand why speaking is important. You know how to begin. You know the secret. Speak a little every day. Use simple words. Speak without fear. Learn from your mistakes. And do not stop. Because every time you speak, you grow. You move closer to your goal, and you become the person you want to be. You do not need to be perfect. You just need to begin. And then, keep going. Speak today. Speak tomorrow. Speak always. Because when you speak English, you change your English. And when you change your English, you change your life.